Hey people, what's going on? How's everybody doing today? Welcome to the Queen and Lee show. Clearly, I'm Lee.
And I'm Queen.
So on today's topic, we thought that it would be great to speak about relationships. In no way are we relationship gurus, but we have just come upon our 18th anniversary.
Yes, 18 years.
18 years. So, and I was just in the wedding. So folks typically ask, what's our secret? And I didn't think we had secrets, but the more that I think about it, there are things that we have done. We have not perfected, but they are constant staples in how we make it through each year. So the first one I would say is accept who you have at the time you get married, and do not try to change him or her through the course of that marriage. What you think about that, Queen?
I firmly believe in that. A lot of times we all have goals and dreams and things that we want to do. But to me, it just, however you meet that person, that's how you should accept them, how they are at that moment. Now, a lot of times, because I feel like when you accept that person for who they are at the time, that person is going, if this person has aspirations, they're going to grow into whoever they're going to be anyway. But you shouldn't have if you know, for example, if you are with someone who's a veterinarian, but you want him to be a policeman, then that's probably the chance of that person changing and being is very slim to nothing. So if you're interested in being with a policeman, then maybe that should be what you should look for. It's kind of like you have to know what you want before you even get to the marriage part. If you have a person, like you said, if you're a person and you love a man in a uniform, and that's just something that you always wanted, then those are the type of men that you should try to seek out to meet.
Right.
Because, like I said, accepting a person for who they are at the time that you meet them is the best way to be, because it only will make it better, down the road.
Right. And that person will eventually resent you, because they will feel like it's almost like you purchased something from the store and you can't take it back. Now you're stuck with that person. And, you may say that's not the same, but once you speak certain things, you can't retrieve them, which that's later on down in the list. So number 2, I believe in positive reinforcement over criticism. What do you think?
I'm going to start right off with that, because that's one of the things that I truly believe in. I believe in, don't talk about something that you're not willing to change. For example, if my husband has cologne that I do not like the way it smells, and I don't like it, instead of me saying, oh, that cologne smells bad, won't you change it, get something different? What I'll do is go ahead and buy him a better cologne that smells very nice, that we both will like. Because at this point, you should know what kind of cologne he likes anyway. But if it's this particular kind that he likes, then I just firmly believe in, instead of just criticizing it and saying, oh, I hate that when he puts that cologne on, buy him another one. And guess what? If you're not willing to do that, then I guess you're going to stay with the stinky cologne. But there's always ways around it. And I believe you can get more bees with honey than you can with vinegar. Meaning, you can say anything you need to say to your partner, as long as you say it in the right way. You know your partner's language, and you learn their language, then you know how you can approach them and say stuff. Now, for my husband, I can't go to him and say, Lee, take that cologne off. That cologne stink. That's not going to work for him. So what I do is say, you know what, Lee? I bought you some new cologne. You know what he'll say? Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for thinking about me. See how that goes in a whole different direction. I don't even have to never even tell him that the cologne stinks, because it's pointless. It's no point of it. So what you say?
I agree with it. I don't really have nothing to add to it. I get quiet when there's nothing to add to it. There's nothing more to add to that. I totally agree with everything you have said, and it has worked in this marriage. Number 3, be honest and truthful, but not hurtful.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I have a saying that I just came up with recently, and it was saying, a lot of times everybody's on this positive energy, positive vibes, no negativity. It's all over the internet. It's all over Instagram. Perhaps it's been around for as long as time has been around. But at the end of the day, you know, it's been brought to the forefront with social media. Well, what I believe is, I skipped my thought. I hate when I do that. I was trying to explain the background, and then I forgot the foreground. But at the end of the day, what I really want to say is, I know what I was going to say. This is what I'm going to say. A lot of times people say people are being negative when sometimes the facts are just negative.
Exactly. Like, just give an example.
If you know somebody who is a liar and they never tell the truth, and I'm telling my wife about this story about Jane Doe, who always lies, she might say you being negative. Now, this is not a real scenario, and I would say I'm not being negative. The facts are negative. Jane Doe does lie. She just got busted in lies at the blank blank during the time of blank blank. Well, you put in the blanks. I did that on purpose for you to put in. Maybe you're Jane Doe or you're John Doe that you know that's like that. The facts are negative. It's not me being negative. So when we're talking about being honest and truthful but not hurtful, if my wife has on a lima bean colored outfit and it doesn't work well because she has turquoise footwear and purse, there is a way to say that, hey, maybe we should try this different color. I think this other color is more flattering. Now, granted, men and women read into things, so the obvious question is going to be, would I look bad in it? That's where the expertise kicks in. You got to know what kind of mate you have, and you know, you got to know how to approach that, because I'm a thinker. So if you say something like that to me, I'm not going to put it on her. I'm going to go about 12 steps ahead and try to figure out, well, what was really going on? Do I look overweight in this? Do I look horrible? Do I look sloppy in it? Is it a horrible color? Does it not match? What would you have done? So there is a plethora of roads that can be taken once you say that, but it beats take that old ugly outfit off. That is horrific. I don't know what you was thinking about. Who taught you how to dress?
And to go along with what he's saying, you can be honest and you don't have to be hurtful. Being honest is not hurtful. Now, being honest, it can hurt your feelings, but you don't have to say it in a hurtful way. Is a difference.
Right.
Like how he said, you want to say, take that out, that look a mess. You can say, hey, let's try a different color palette. This one is not working out.
Right.
Or you can say the colors are clashing. It's just so many ways. I mean, we have so much vocabulary that we can use in so many ways that we can say things. And sometimes it's not even about what you're saying, it's the tone that comes behind it.
Right.
That sometimes can make somebody, if I say, go sit down, or if I say, go ahead and have a seat, it's not the same. The tone, it could be the same words, but if you say it in a negative tone or a hurtful tone, you know, sometimes people take the time to just go ahead and say something to use it as, oh yeah, that's so ugly. That look a mess. No, you don't have to be like that. You can say stuff and be honest, because what you don't want to do is have your mate out here looking crazy out in the streets with no crazy looking colors on, or no crazy looking outfit that doesn't look nice.
Right.
And that's where sometimes maybe you may be forced in a corner for the person to say to you, well, is it ugly? Do it look really bad? And sometimes you're like, I gotta be honest, it looks a little bit bad. But it's the way you say it.
Right.
That's the key.
Which goes back to the next one, which is, remember what you say can't be taken back.
That's one of my favorite ones. So
be careful, especially during disagreements. You know, I have on my YouTube channel, I have 365 Days of Happiness, and later to come out with a book, hopefully within the next year or so. And, you know, one of the things is perception. It's one of the 3 P's that I speak of. And it's kind of like the perception is everything, you know. You want to make sure that, and one of the titles is that I utilize in the impending book is, words are like bullets going down range. You know, if anybody can show me where they was able to retrieve a bullet once it left the barrel and was able to put it back in, I will give you all my checks that I have earned for the whole year and to come to retirement. There is no way that once a bullet goes down range of any type, you can get that back. And that's what words are. Words are potential bullets. And then if you want to put it on something else, you know, and think about the little angel during Valentine's Day, it can be the little nice little arrows that prick the heart. So either way, it can be used as weaponry, or it can be used as a tool of loving kindness in terms of endearment.
In layman's terms, think before you say stuff out your mouth. It really gets down to that. You are in an argument. You already upset. Think about what you're saying before you say it. Some things you can say, and some people are quick with a response, but you got to think about what you're saying, because again, once it's out, it's out.
All right, and we're going to wrap this up. We have about 1 minute left. One of the things I believe is dividing chores evenly, or whatever's even in your house. Meaning it might mean she's good at washing dishes and maybe I'm good at doing laundry, or vice versa. But don't criticize the other mate on how they are completing the tasks that they have.
I believe everything is trial and error. We have a chance to try to see how it works out. You try to do the dishes. I don't like the way you do the dishes. Just like he said, I don't have to criticize. I just know that the dishes is going to be my job. And guess what? It may not be even. Because guess what? I may not like the way you do the dishes, or clean the bathroom, or mop the floor, or just do cleaning in general. Well, most of the time inside the house, cleaning is a little bit more than some other things that may be chores and stuff that could be divided. So you got to just find out what's good for you. And we don't have to count the costs up. We don't have to 2 for you, 2 for me. It's fair if that's the way, if that's how it goes, but that shouldn't be our focus. Our focus is on let's maximize and let the best person do the job the best way. So if you are good with cleaning and you know you can clean better, or you are more, you care more about how things look, or you want it to be a certain way, then you know that those things should be things that you should do. If you like to go and drive, like my husband, he loves to drive. He likes errands. He'd rather do the errands than do the cooking and stuff. You know, some men like the barbecue instead of cook on the stove. My husband feels like it's all the same. So I love cooking. So I don't have him doing the cooking. He makes something sometimes, but for the most part, I do the cooking. He don't like to clean the bathroom. I do the bathroom. It's a whole bunch of things that can factor into where it will equal out to be even though it's technically not.
And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and go to our next segment, which is the music portion. And we hope that you have a good day. This is Queen and Lee Show.
Don't forget to find us on Facebook at Queen of Trades 1234, and you can also find him at Lee Mims Production on YouTube, and you can also find him on all streaming sites, Apple Music and Spotify, all those type of things. Until next time, guys. Bye.